everybody, and welcome to this week's video. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button now and press the little bell button. You'll be notified of when our videos go up then every Sunday. What's happening this week? Well, this week the aim is to get everything that I said we would get done in last week's video actually done this week, and we're already way ahead of that because there's fertilizer going out, as you can see here. How great to be getting out on grazed paddocks in March with fertilizer and doing absolutely no damage whatsoever. Anyone who followed last year will remember I put up, I think it was the first ever video we made for YouTube, went up, and it was me spreading fertilizer with this tractor, I think, in this field. And it was around the 20th of May, and we were tracking the field. Unbelievable. Four-wheel drive on and putting deep ruts in the field. The difference a year can make is incredible. Incredible. Grazing conditions and the traffic conditions on land down here at the minute is perfect. Absolutely perfect. So that's why the fert is going out today. We need to start getting it growing now that we're getting kinder weather. Hopefully it'll heat up a little bit and the whole thing will really take off then. Oh, what are we spreading fertilizer with? Well, this is a Massey Ferguson 8220 Dynashift transmission, so it's 4 ranges, 4 on the move gears here, A, B, C and D, as you'll see. And then we have a bog bell spreader. Nothing overly high tech, tractor's pretty basic, spreader's pretty basic, and we have a GPS here which is also basic, but really good product. We're going to be driving past now, this is the beside the road, and they'll know I was taking a video on this field because my lines are going to be all over the place. Let's go out here to give you an idea of how well it's travelling. I'll just show you tracks that were saturated last May, what you see. So the traffic ability is unbelievable. It's night and day compared to last year. There are no wet paddocks here at the minute, which would be unheard of. So what are we doing? What are we going with? We're going with 2 bags to the acre of 18612 with sulphur. So that's kind of our standard first round and second round, to be honest, of fert. We try and get sulphur for the first 2 rounds if we can. Very important to get sulphur on early. Maybe even 3 rounds with sulphur, we'll see. And it's the same with the 18612. We'll definitely do 2 rounds of 2 bags to the acre of 18612 and maybe 3, depending on how the year goes. I would never normally spread fert ahead of animals because we always have too much grass here, but this year we're having such a good back end and we don't have too much grass ahead of animals. We actually have probably not enough grass, probably the right amount, but almost not enough ahead of animals. So what I'm doing today is spreading 2 bags on everything that has been grazed up until today, and then just going around, because as I said last week, the pave meter is broken, so I have no real idea what grass is doing or how much we have even, but just going around and looking at paddocks that don't have any grass on them today, they're also getting fert. So that's why I'm spreading ahead of, particularly ground for heifers. There's not much grass around for heifers yet, and we really want to get them out. So that's what I'm going with today. So you can just see there, you know, it's clear to see that there's no grass in those fields there. And that might look green, but you'll see between the clumps there's also no grass. So we have a whole field out here. There's 6 paddocks, 3 this side and 3 the other side. That's for heifers, and we're going to get them spread now as well. I'd like to get P and K on early and sulphur on early to really stand to your grass plants, your paddocks for the rest of the year. So that's just kind of the system that we do, and it's fairly simple, straightforward, not too complicated, and it works for us. P is the biggest thing. We lose most of our P over the winter because of how much rain we get and the soil type. So to get that topped up as fast as you can, and we'll get that purpling, kind of browny purple colour on leaves down here, and it's a real good sign that you're lacking in P. So yeah, P top up is important first thing. let me know in the comments there if you have any fert spread. If so, what did you go with, and what did you go with it on? Graze ground, or did you blanket spread? What did you go with, and how many units have you put out yet? So Calving, you just see cows loading and unloading out of the box there. Calving is just kind of, I could say it was finished, like, or close enough. You know, I won't have much calving showing up in any more videos now for this year. I hope you enjoyed the spring videos that you got. Let me know in the comments if you did, or what would you like to see more of or less of. There are cows that were in the overflow yard that have just sort of bagged up, and there's no cows up in this yard, the home yard here. So they've been brought up there now for handiness, just to give everyone calving in the 1 yard rather than 2 yards, even just keeping an eye on 1 yard rather than 2 yards. So it's kind of a cow a day, or they're skipping days, lots of days at the minute. You could have no calves for 3 days, and then you could have 3 in the 1 day, but it's pretty much finished. Oh yes, we'd love to see that in March. To have cows bulling there, you'll have seen them, cows in heat in March. It's unreal, the contrast to last year, every way, but just the help that's going to be going into breeding season this year, because last year what happened here was we had a good conception rate overall, but we fired in a lot of sex semen straws in the first round, and the cows just weren't up to it, and we had very poor conception rate of sex semen. We used 100 straws, and I don't know if there's 30 heifer calves down there, so that'd be extremely poor. So it was purely down to lack of energy in the cow's diet at breeding time. We were breeding with cows indoors at night time last year here, and you won't get cows in calf sex semen on silage, like, that's the bottom line. So just to see cows cycling already, and the position that we're in with grass, to show you the first or the second round stuff. So that has got no nitrogen or fertiliser this year yet. I got it today now, but I hadn't got it. And just look how green it is to the floor. Second round of grass this year is going to be 20 times ahead of last year, and that's what they're going to be on for breeding. So that's what's going to keep us really ahead of last year. They're already peaked higher than they are, and the fact the second round is going to be so good now, they're going to really, it's going to be a different story altogether. Went to a discussion group meeting yesterday. Never a member of a discussion group meeting here before. It's an independent group made up of young farmers, all very progressive, forward thinking, in unusual situations in terms of renting a lot of land or renting all their land, partnerships with neighbours, and quite big scale in the group as well. So I was asked to go to the group, and have been asked for the last 12 months or that, and went ahead yesterday to the first meeting. And it was really good, and I think I'm going to gain a lot from it, and there's really good guys in the group, so it was very enjoyable. The cows are getting scarce down here. This is what's left to calve now in the overflow yard. I think there's 15 or something there. We're down to about 30 or that left to calve, so we've calved 90% of them now. The cows also went back out last night on both farms, and I don't know, maybe I'll kick myself for saying this, but hopefully they'll be staying out now, because second round grass is going to start coming back after the first that we let them the other day, and yeah, we're going to We can motor through the first round if we want, because the covers are low, or we can keep buffering cows and slow them down, so we're in a great position that way. Ground is good, soft, but way better than it has ever been. And second round is going to start coming back. The weather just changed a little bit and heated up a little bit, which it should do coming into April now. The second round is going to explode, so hopefully they're out to stay out for a while anyway. I'm not going to stay out, but stay out for a while, day and night. So with so few cows left, we're finished getting up in the middle of the night pretty much, unless there's a problem. We're nearly finished even properly checking the camera, but you look out through one eye during the night at different times. Paul had this idea then, so the problem with this shed is it's on a fall like this, and a cow calf's up there, and the calf then naturally wants to walk the whole way down the shed because that's the way the gravity carries it, and the calf ends up out here in the feeding passage and this part of the shed that we don't bed, and they're just covered in muck and dung, destroyed by the time you get to them, so that's not an option. So Paul said this would be a great idea then, is if tied up a gate or two gates, so one to that pillar there and one to this pillar here, and we can close it then every night when we're leaving the yard. The cows we'll make sure they're well fed during the day, they'll get oats in their soil before we leave. When they've all that het, then we'll shut these, and they'll have straw like that they can eat during the night, because the bed will always be freshly bedded, and they have water here, so I think they'll be happy enough. And that means then whoever's on camera can just keep an eye on the camera roughly, and if a cow calves you don't have to get up. When you arrive in the morning then just sort out whatever calves and cows need to be sorted there at the time, because once you get past Patrick's Day, the tiredness has hit, and you can't afford to be getting up in the middle of the night. Let's go to work wonders. I don't know why they're all standing at the top now, but it's going to work well. There'll definitely be two going to calve tonight, that one, black one, that one switching her tail in there. So if they calve early enough, Paul will sort them out, but if they calve late, he'll be very glad of them gates. Super job. Probably hear them on there, but we want to let out the heifers now next. Just looking for a gate for the field, but I think all the gates are taken up in the calf shed. We'll take down a gate out in this calf field out here, but we'll have Elaine, Paul and Kelly and myself to let them out. They're going into the field right beside the yard here for handing it, so all the gates look like they've been taken down out here too. Anyway, I'll try and find a gate here. Getting near the oats and the soya feeding season, thank God. I had a big burst of calves there in the last 24 hours. Don't know where they came out, but great to be getting through them. Also great to have those heifers let out. We're about 1 month away from breeding, so in a month's time the bulls will be let out with those heifers. They need the month of grass now to really start driving on, so it's great to have them out so early. Everything is going to plan now for the minute. That'll be it for today's video. Like I said at the start, if you haven't already subscribed, please do that now, and press the like button if you like the video at any point. Both of those things really help our channel, and we'll talk to you again next week.